the longest time we've had two reigning champions. We had Divine and Captain Ice just controlling, dominating the custom set review space. And today we have a new contender, Avalan, who brings to us a themed booster pack. Again, this is all custom. This is not real. Kind of hope it was. And it looks like this custom set revolves around Tera Pokemon. It's called Crystalline Skies. And I took a peek at this set, and man, is it like nothing we've ever seen. So with that, guys, don't forget to like, hype, and subscribe. Again, shout out to the creator, Avalan, and I'm so excited to jump right into this. Let's start off with some teasers. Diancie EX is here with 120 HP. It looks like they have an ability. Terapagos EX, 1/3. Dude, honestly, this is going to be so sick. Tera Pokemon. I'm so interested. We have Mega Pokemon in the official Pokemon Pocket. So who's to say we don't get something like Tera Pokemon? And look, oh, right here, it has the little icon on the side. Tera. Maybe Tera Pokemon have a unique effect, like they don't take damage on the bench or something. That'd be kind of sick. We have Cinderace EX, something else EX, that could be Vaporeon, and Alolan Executor EX. But if you guys pay attention, look at their type moves. I don't know how the heck, there has to be some sort of items or maybe some Pokemon that help you get multi-energies up. But I imagine, if you notice, the second move for Cinderace is a fire, fighting, and darkness. How the heck are you going to get all three? But I imagine the attack is going to be insanely powerful if you do, like a huge reward for getting those three energies on this Pokemon. Anyway, we also have Ceruledge, Armarouge, and Charcadet. Beautiful arts here. We can read this card. It says full body armor. As long as this Pokemon has full HP, it's SQ as a fire type. That's pretty solid. And then we have Rotoms with Rotom EX. I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting more and more excited as I look at these cards to go through them and see what's up. Also, don't we already have this fan Rotom in the game? Like the exact same art? I think we do, actually. All right, let's see what else. All right, hello, this is my concept for a non-region themed set based on Tera Pokemon, a mechanic from the IRL TCG. This set contains a total of 147 cards, 123 base rarity, 17 full arts, and 7 promos. Cards will be ordered in type and Pokédex number. I've tried my best to make these cards as realistic as possible. So again, guys, just, be respectful. The creator took their time to make this. So unless it's constructive, like, hey, maybe this card's a little overpowered, keep your opinions to yourself, maybe. Also, a huge shout out to El Crab for help with card balancing, Shrimp Soda for help with the 2-star full arts, John and the Squirtle Squad for the help with set logo templating, and Captain Ice for providing feedback on cards. Look at this squad, man. The community is the best. Honestly, this is the best community ever. Helping with the templating for this presentation and generally motivating me to finish this project. This set couldn't have been completed without each of them. I suck. Execute the first one. Imminent Evolution. For 1 energy, grass energy, if you're going second, you could put 1 random Pokemon with Executor in its name from your deck into your hand. So that means you could hit non-EX, EX Executors, Alolan Executors, Alolan EX Executors. That's kind of busted. It'd be more busted if you could just evolve straight onto this guy, but he does have a 30 HP. So like a lot of things can just knock this out next turn. It's pretty good. I think the trade-off there is pretty respectable. I'd even argue and say 40 HP would have been respectable. Here's an Executor, Barrage for 3 energy, one of those being Grass, 30 plus, flip 3 coins. This attack does 30 more damage for each heads. You guys know how much I love Gampa. Coin flips, yes, please. I'm all for this. And then our first one, Alolan Executor EX, a Tera Pokemon. Tropical Frenzy for 2 energy deals 40 damage. Cool. And then we have Jade Hammer. Grass Psychic Fighting. None of those ramp besides Giratina. Flip a coin. If heads, one of your opponents is chosen at random, that Pokemon is knocked out. Okay, that is the first Tera. That's kind of cracked. Imagine your opponent has a Mega Pokemon on the bench. Jade Hammer just won you the game with will. That's crazy. That's what I'm talking about. With these Tera Pokemon needing so many energies, I think we need such an outside of the box move and effect that's a little overpowered. This one is a little gamba. It's 50-50, right? Especially if they have a full bench and only one mega on the bench. You might not win. You might not even get it. But it's chosen at random. It is. But I'm just saying, like, if there's a active on the like a non-EX on active and then a mega Absol on the bench, that's a 50-50 shot with a will, guaranteed heads. Hey, you might just win the game. That's pretty good. I love gambling. You guys know this. Next up, we have Lileep. Oh my god, finally another fossil. Root Bind. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. Just kidding, I can't read. That's what I meant to say. The defending Pokemon's retreat cost is 1 more. Interesting. That's really good going into babies, but at the same time, you're probably just one-shotting babies. So like, it doesn't matter. I guess it would help outside of baby Pokemon. If they started with something like an Absol, you can do this and force the Absol to require 2 retreat cost, and you're doing 50 damage. You're doing 100 damage to the Mega Absol, over time. I like it. And then we have Cradilly, 150 HP, retreats for 3, binding Strangle, 120 during your opponent's next turn. That's what I meant to say. The defending Pokemon can't retreat. There you go. I used Future Sight. I wasn't wrong. I was just early. Next up, we have Mow Rotom for 90 HP. Reap what you mow. First of all, 10 out of 10 ability name. I don't know if it's an existing name, but that's funny. Once during your turn, if you have a Rotom EX in play, you may discard a Pokemon tool from your opponent's active Pokemon. Ooh, Guzma, take a step aside. We got a new sheriff in town, and it cuts my hedges, trims my hedges, or whatever have you. I like that. Next up, we got Grubbin. For 3 energy, 3 colorless energies, it uses Vice Grip for 40. I'm gonna say it. You guys are all thinking it. This is the worst thing I've ever seen. Maybe the evolution makes up for this, but holy crap, why would we ever play this Pokemon? I want to be pleasantly surprised. Oh wait, the evolution I guess is lightning, so we're not going to see the evolution right now. We'll have to think about it when we come back. Tarantula, 50 HP, String Shot. During your next turn, the defending Pokemon's retreat cost is 1 more. Ooh, a lot of retreat cost controlling here. I like. Retreats for 1, and then we got our next one. It's just Spidops EX Sticky Trap. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, your opponent's active Pokemon's retreat cost is 1 more. There is a ton of, hey, you can't retreat. I think this would unironically make Ultra Beasts come back in fashion, right? The things that are just like, yeah, we don't care about our retreat cost. That's pretty good. And then we have Ensnared Strike 70 plus. If the defending Pokemon's retreat cost is 3 or more, this attack does 40 more damage. So you can actually hit for 110 for only 2 energy. That's pretty solid, actually. I like that a lot. Dude. And if you're lucky, you can just start trapping things. Again, things like Suicune Greninja and Celesteela, they kind of bypass this kind of effect, but it's still really interesting, and I would love to see this come the official game. Some sort of archetype that revolves around increasing the retreat cost. Maybe even a Pokemon like this that deals more damage with the more retreat cost. Also, Tangrowth. Next up, we got Nimble, surprise attack, flip a coin. If tails, this attack does nothing for 40 damage. And then low kicks, I love low kicks. 100 HP, surprise showdown, flip a coin. If tails, this attack does nothing. I would play this with Will. Are you kidding me? Turn 2, 80 damage, guaranteed with Will? That's pretty strong. That is pretty strong. And we are in fire type territory. Ponyta, don't make fun of the way I say it. I grew up with Pokemon. That's how I remember always saying it, okay? Live Coal for 10. Flip a coin if heads. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. A lot of coin flips in this set. It's like Avalan knew exactly what they were doing. I love coin flips. 50 HP, retreats for 1. And then we have Rapidash here. Trailblaze, your opponent's active Pokemon is burned for 3 energy. This also goes up to 80 damage with a Blaine. But the really cool thing that I almost glossed over, let me go back here. Yep, no, I didn't. Retreats for free. That's pretty fantastic, actually. You come in, you hit for 50, and then you could just retreat for free if you want to. Save this guy for later. I just don't understand why Rapidash already doesn't retreat for free in the game. It's like, it's faster than Blaziken. Not Blaziken, the Infernape. Am I right or am I wrong? It might not be, actually. I feel like it should be. It's literally a horse. And I don't know about you, but horses outrun monkeys any day of the week, except for Thursdays, apparently. Next up, we have Flareon. Fire crystals the attack, 2 fire energy. If you have a Tera Pokemon EX in play, this attack does 40 more damage, so you can deal up to 80. I hope we get a fire type. EX Tera, who knows? Sunny Form, Cast Form, 70. Heat Wave. This attack also does 10 damage to each of your opponent's benched Pokemon. That's so good. This is pretty good. Retreats for 0. Oh man, these are all custom cards, you guys. These are all custom cards created by Avalan. All right, this is a pretty good card because then you could just hit everything on the bench. It's like Spiritomb, but a little bit better. And now we have Heat Rotom, 90 HP, Reheater. Ability, once during your turn, if you have a Rotom EX, you may attach a random fire energy from your discard pile to this Pokemon. Ooh, I'm liking these Rotoms. You could essentially, oh no, I guess you would still have to run fire energy some way, somehow. These are really cool. And Burning Wave does 40 damage. Next up we have, oh, this is scary. Oricorio, 70 HP. Put a random basic fire Pokemon from your deck onto your bench. That's pretty cool, actually. It could just help you start ramping up your bench. Don't want to go up against a Suicune Greninja deck against this guy, though. Scorbunny, Flare, if this Pokemon has any fire energy attached, this attack does 10 more damage. Okay, cool. Maybe you played this with Magby, right? So Magby can ramp your Scorbunny. I'm just trying to think about the Tera Cinderace. Next up, we have Reboot. If this Pokemon has at least 1, it'll do 30 more damage. So 1 fire energy. This is hitting for 50 for 1 energy. That's pretty solid. And then we go into our next one. Cinderace EX. Tera, 170 HP. Deals 100 damage for 3 energy. And then we have Fire, Fighting, Darkness. How the heck are we going to get the Fighting and the Darkness, to be honest? Maybe you run a deck with only Fighting and Darkness and you run Magby to ramp your Cinderace, right, as a Scorbunny. Anyway, this attack does 130 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. Again, 2 turns. That's one-shotting any Mega Pokemon. And it retreats for free, guys. I don't know. That's pretty good. I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. That could be pretty amazing. Oh, man. That's so strong. Who knows? Maybe we get Fighting Ramp in this custom set. Maybe even Darkness Ramp. If we got Darkness Ramp, that would be kind of scary. Next up, we have Charcadet, punches for 10. Charcadet, another one. What? This one's a little bit thicker. I bet you this is the Armarouge one. This one kicks for 20. And then we got Armarouge from the teaser. We already saw it. It also has the move Fire Off for 2 fire energy, deals 60. And then we're just going into the water types. Horsey, Spray Ink. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon's attack costs 1 more. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, especially if you're going first. I mean, second, sorry. If you're going second, you could force them, especially if it's like a baby Pokemon, like a Chingling, they will have to commit an energy to their Chingling in order to attack you. And if they don't, well, then you can just use Rare Candy the following turn. That's really good, actually. Seadra, Hydro Pump, 20x attack does 20 damage for each water energy attached to this Pokemon. I feel like there's something that's already similar to that. I like it. And then we have Kingdra, Royal Decree. Take 3 water energy from your energy zone and attach them to your benched water Pokemon in any way you like. I think this brings back Palkia EX in a way that we'll never understand. Oh, that's crazy, because it says 3 energy to your benched water Pokemon in any way you like. So if I just use 2 or 3 Royal Decrees in a row, and I make sure to keep my, what's it called? Help me out. The Palkia EX alive. This thing just comes in and just sweeps everything. It's disgusting. I love it. You definitely run this with Double Cyrus. Vaporeon EX, a Tera. Could you imagine? They don't give us a Vaporeon EX, and instead they give us an EX Tera. Let's see what this does. We have Maelstrom, 20 plus water energy. This attack does 30 more damage for each of your opponent's benched EX Pokemon. That's not bad. That's pretty good. I like this, but look at the energy it requires. Fire, water, lightning. What do you guys think? I think Ho-Oh could ramp this guy up in order for this Vaporeon Stage 1 Pokemon to come in and hit for 140. That's kind of crazy. I can't imagine you don't play this with Rocky Helmets and or Reds. This thing is going to be crazy. And Greninjas, let's be honest, throw in Greninjas, Ho-Ohs. Like the sniping Greninjas, Cyrus. Oh my god, dude, this would be crazy. This would actually be pretty nuts. It's so good. I wish it was real. I really do. Next up, we got Rainy Form, Cast Form. 70 HP, Downpour, 30 damage, heal 10 damage from each of your bench Pokemon. Nice, retreats for free. Snowy Form, Cast Form, Blizzard, 100 retreats for free. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack. You can even run this with a Kingdra, right? Like Kingdra ramps this, it comes in, 100 retreats. Like, you know what I'm saying? This could be pretty good. We got Weasel for 10 retreats for free. Yo, so many free retreats. This is kind of scary. Now I'm starting to understand why so many grass Pokemon had the boost, increase the retreat cost of your opponent's active Pokemon. Because you put in a lot of free retreat costs. Next up, we have Floatzel Dual Pump. This attack does 30 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. Retreat cost for 2. Wash Rotom is next, 90 HP. Once during your turn, if you have a Rotom EX in play, you may heal 10 damage from each of your benched Pokemon. And then Water Pumps for 40. So you can just heal for free. It's like a very low budget Irida, but like also it does all your Pokemon for 10. And you never know that little 10 HP might be enough buffer room to stop your opponent from winning the entire game. Right? Like if your opponent needs to knock you out for 120 and this heals you to 130, you survive another turn. Next up, we have a Cryogonal. I think I said that right. A Lording Chill for 1 energy. Switch in one of your opponent's benched Pokemon to the active spot. This attack does 20 damage to the new active Pokemon. Do we get to choose? This feels like we get to choose, guys. Oh, that's kind of crazy. Choosing with this? Oof. Cyrus, move over. There's a new sheriff in town. That's so good. We got Citadel, 4 energy, retreats for 3. Maybe you play the heavy helmet with this guy. Heavy Impact, 80, discard a water energy from this Pokemon. I can't imagine you not playing this with Kingdra. Also, such an adorable Pokemon. Did you guys know that this is actually a, what's it called? Not a regional variant, a convergent Pokemon, kind of like Wiglet, but this is supposed to be Wailmer, apparently. I don't know. Convergent Evo of a Wailmer, I think. Yeah. And then here we go. Wailord with legs. Titan, 110 for 5 energy. Killer Whale. This attack costs 1 less energy for each colorless in this Pokemon's retreat cost and costs 1 more energy for each colorless in your opponent's active Pokemon's retreat cost. Wow. So this only costs 2 energy if your opponent has 0 retreat. If your opponent has 1 retreat, it'll cost you 3 energy for 110. We got a new baby slayer. That's what this feels like. That's kind of crazy. All right, now we're in lightning territory with the Alolan Geodude that charges. Take a lightning energy from your energy zone and attach it to this Pokemon. Sure can do, bud. Alolan Graveler retreats for 3. Heavy helmet here. Electro Slug for 100. I love the art on this. Fantastic. And then we got a Alolan Golem, which does in fact work with Sophocles, the supporter card. 160 HP. Again, heavy helmet because of the retreat cost. Electro Magnesis stuff with electricity. Yes, 40x. You may move any number of lightning energy from your Pokemon to your benched Pokemon in any way you like. This attack does 40 damage for each energy you moved in this way. Oh my god. Okay, so check this out. I have a crazy idea. What if you played this with Lyra and beefed up a benched Alolan Golem with all of your energy, and then you get hit the following turn, and then you just Lyra into the next one and do it again for 160. That's crazy. Oh, I love this. I mean, there's a lot of components that need to work together, but that's kind of funny. That's something I would do. All right, let's keep going. Oh, another Jolteon, my favorite. Thunder Crystal 40+. If you have a Tera Pokemon in play, Tera Pokermon EX in play, sorry. This attack does 40 more damage for only 2 lightning energies, retreats for 1, 90 HP. And then, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Rotom EX. Scrap buildup. This Pokemon may have up to 4 tools attached to it. If it loses this ability, discard Pokemon tools until only 1 remains. What the heck? Quick question. What happens if it has 2 Rocky Helmets? Does your opponent take 40 damage? Hold on. I have to know. If it has 2 Rocky Helmets, a cape, and a poison barb, what happens there? They're taking 50 damage passively. Oh, dude. You could do doubled capes, but I don't think you need the double capes. I think the poison barb is even better. Run a Nihilego on bench. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of crazy. If we had double Nihilego, that would turn into 70 damage. They would hit us and take 70 damage, and then it's our turn. Does it have to be all different? They stack. Okay, so you can stack too. Okay, cool. That's fantastic. And then we have Chain Bolt here for 50. This Pokemon, this attack does 20 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. And it snipes. This is a rough one, man. This is kind of crazy. This would change. This would, I don't think it would be meta, but it'd be very trolly for sure. Like, what is Oricorio going to do? You have double Nihilegos on bench. Oricorio hits you, they die. Unless they have a cape. That's it. I definitely think you run maybe Klefkis as well. Maybe even Guzmas for sure. Next up, we got Joltik for 40 HP, Nos for 10, and then we got Galvantula, Electroshocks for 90, 2 Lightning Energies, HP 80, and then we got Dedenne. Choose through, discard a random energy from both active Pokemon. Oh, this could be good. This could be so good at like stalling, but also you might want to play this with Luxray, right? Am I crazy? You chew through, you stop them. You chew through again, you stop them. You evolve your Luxray, Volkner. You go into your Luxray. You just knock out their active before they can do anything. That's what I'm thinking. As something that interacts with your discard pile to get all that lightning energy could be fire. Magneton's also good. Ooh, interesting. I like that. All right, let's see. Remember that one Pokemon, the Grubbin that had 3 energy to attack? Let's see what this guy does. Let's see if it's worth it. Zap for 50, one of them being lightning. And then the move Battery. Once during your turn, when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, like Sylveon, you may take a lightning energy from your energy zone and attach it to this Pokemon. All right, never mind. This isn't bad. Grubbin is not meant to attack. Grubbin is meant to evolve and then just get the energy to attack. It's pretty solid, actually. I like that a lot. Let's see what's next. Vikavolt, Thunder Cannon, discard 2 lightning energy from this Pokemon, and this attack does 140. Oh my god. Oh my god, Suicune's who? This would literally be just like a Suicune Annihilator. You just hit a Repel or a Sabrina, send them to the bench, or a Guzma, then Repel, and just whoop, cannon. Thunder Cannon. Sayonara. Easy 2 points. Yeah, but the thing with Luxray is Luxray can ramp itself with Volkner. This really can't. I guess you could run Magneton on bench with Elemental Switch. That'd be really good. I think that could work really well. All right, we are in Psychic territory. Lunatone. I really like Psychic types, so let's see what they got. 90 HP, Lunar Power. If you have Soul Rock in play, attacks used by this Pokemon costs 1 less Psychic. So that means a colorless energy right here for 40 damage. That's kind of cracked. Drifloon, Gusts for 10. Drifloon, Wind Blasts for 50, 100 HP, retreats for 2. Sigilyph has Sidar Scanner, 90 HP, 20 plus 2 Psychic Energy. Reveal the top card of both players' decks. This attack does 30 more damage for each trainer card you find there. So you could do up to 80 damage. That's a lot of damage for only 2 energy. That's not bad, actually. Carbink, 60 HP, Carbon Copy. Choose the effects of one of your bench Pokemon's attacks to become the effect of this attack. All right, well, that's busted. that's broken. That is insane. I just want to paint you a picture. 1 Psychic Energy for Carbon Copy, please. Yes, I'm going to be using Thunder Cannon. Yes, I'm going to be using Thunder Cannon. This is an effect. Oh, that's going to be so busted. Anything that snipes the bench is an effect. You don't need lightning. You'll still do the damage. You just won't discard. Mew can do Crimson Storm, but just won't discard any fire energy when it's going up against Charizard EX. Again, guys, doesn't copy the attack, copies the effect. The effect of an attack is the non-bold print under the attack. So it works. I think it works. Let's ask the creator, Avalan. Is that what you were thinking when you created this? Come on, guys. I would be able to do this without doing the 20 damage. I would reveal the top cards from my deck, and if 2 of them are trainers or from their deck, I could do up to 60 damage. This would do nothing. This would do nothing. This would do nothing. This would discard 2 lightning energies from me. I don't have them. Doesn't matter. And then I would also snipe something for 140 for only 1 psychic. It's crazy. I wish it existed. I wish it existed just so I could show you guys. And then you guys are like, oh my God, he's right. Just like being able to use rare candy with Skull Fossil. Oh my God, that's great. So many people told me I was wrong when rare candy came out. I was like, they were like, you can't use that. That's not a Pokemon. I'm like, all right, yeah, cool. Cool story. Anyway, Carbink is easily the most broken thing that you can abuse. Like, this thing is the most broken thing. The snipers on your bench with a Carbink, sorry, it's game over. You can't play 18 trainer Carbink, dude. Oh, that's crazy. Yo, Ederin, welcome on in. All right. Ooh, Diancie EX, 120 HP, Crystal Barrier. Each of your Tera Pokemon EX in play gets 10 plus HP for each different type of energy attached to it. This effect doesn't stack easily. I think Vaporeon EX Tera is the best. Because what does that mean? That means you get an extra 30 HP on top of, what was it, 150? And if you give it a cape, you go up to 200 HP as a stage 1 EX Pokemon that can hit for 140 after you ramp with something like Ho-Oh. And then you have this on the bench, maybe even throwing in Indeedee to help you recover. That's kind of busted. Oh, I forgot the top deck. I'm so sorry. There you guys have it. I'll do better. Diamond Storm, 80 damage for 3 energy. This attack also does 10 damage to each of your opponent's benched Pokemon. Not bad. 3 energy though feels like a lot, but also this ability is pretty solid. Sandygast, Shore Up, heal 20 damage from this Pokemon. That's pretty good. You can actually build up a sandcastle without your opponent kicking it over. Maybe even have an Indeedee on your bench. I like this a lot. We also have a pretty solid HP sitting at 80. And oh man. Okay. Palossand EX, 160 HP. Ominous Crystal, 70 damage. Discard the top card of your deck. Okay, that kind of stinks. I mean, it makes sense. 70 for 2 is pretty strong. Next up, we have Garnet Grasp for Water, Psychic, and Fighting, which I think we could actually make work. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a sec. This attack does damage to each of your opponent's benched Pokemon until their remaining HP is 50, bro. That's crazy. That's insane. That is, oh my goodness. That is another top deck. That is crazy. That is so crazy, bro. Then you just use Cyrus and you win the whole thing. Carbon copy to this. Oh, that's insane. This is what I'm talking about. The Carbink is just way too strong. The Carbink would break the game. No one would, like, you don't even need, dude, Carbink can do Cinderace's attack. Oh no, Carbink. I think Carbink is created to do the Tera Pokemon attacks, to cheese them out for only 1 energy, because I think it could also do the Alolan Executor EX's attack. Oh, dude, that's crazy. That's crazy. It can't knock out Pokemon by itself, but it can do some crazy things early on, and I am honestly quite terrified. Yeah, I just figured it out. But let's say you're not playing Carbink. I don't know why you wouldn't play the Carbink. But let's say you're not. You run this with a fighting energy deck. You Mantike to ramp, and then maybe have a Giratina with Dawn. You could just get this online by turn 2, going first, right? If you have all the right cards. So it's not like terrible. Actually, no, you would have to Darkness Bellow, whatever, Giratina ends your turn, so you can't actually ramp with Mantike. So it would actually take you up to 3 turns. It's crazy, man. That's kind of crazy. I want to see what other Tera Pokemon moves that don't have damage and have crazy effects do. Next, we have Ceruledge, Curse Blade, 70. During your next turn, your energy zone can't generate any energy. Ooh, what a trade-off for dealing 70 for 1 energy. That's kind of rough, dude. I like it. I think you have to play this. Wait. That means Magneton can't even ramp itself, right? If you ran this with Magneton, imagine using Carbink with this. Oh man, Dragonite. That's what I'm saying. If Carbink existed, bro, Dina, if anyone from Dina, DNA's here watching these custom sets, getting ideas for future sets, I think Carbink is a great idea. I think it would effectively potentially ruin the game, but also make it very fun for about 11 minutes. It's Banette on yourself. Got it. So like with Banette, you can't even use Magneton. You can't use Stoke on Stoke Zard. So I'd imagine you can't ramp. And any energy from your energy zone cannot work. Next up, we have Tinka hit for 10. Okay. Tinka Tough Hammer style. If this Pokemon has any metal energy attached, it deals 60 damage. That's pretty solid. And then Tinka Tongue. Bring down the hammer for 82 psychic. You may discard a metal energy from this Pokemon. If you do, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. I would run this with a metal energy only, right? Just metal energy on this guy. And then maybe have a Guardy on the bench. Maybe not. Those are 2 stage 2s. I'm just trying to think this through. How can I get this and then guarantee effectively back-to-back paralysis? You know what I'm saying? Like that would be busted. Also, if you ran Psychic and Metal, you could effectively bring back Ultra Necrozma EX in this deck too. Really, if you think about it. All right, we're in fighting territory. I really hope we see some ramp. Let's see. Makuhita punches for 30. Hariyama, Shattering Shove. If your opponent's active Pokemon is a Tera EX Pokemon, that Pokemon is now paralyzed. Oh, dude. Dude, they're cooked. They're cooked. They can't retreat. They can't nothing. If they don't have PCL, you can effectively just stun lock them and get 2 points. And it works with Hollow. That's great. Trapinch, heavy attack for 40. Vibrava, Sonic Pulse for 30. Fighting Energy, 80. Are we going to get a Flygon here? And oh my God. We got ourselves a Flygon, you guys. Flygon EX has a 1 Fighting Energy Jet turn, 30 damage. Switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. Again, Carbink doesn't do the 30, but it would switch itself. And then we have Jasper Pulse for Grass, Fire, and Fighting, which is kind of hard to get going. 120 damage. Switch your opponent's active Pokemon to the bench. This attack also does 60 damage to the new active Pokemon. Oh, we don't get to choose for this one. Okay, but you could use this with Carbink and just say switch your opponent's active Pokemon to the bench. This attack also does 60 damage to the new Pokemon. So like you could just Carbink for 1, 60 on the new active, Carbink, 60 on the new active. That's how I'm gonna look at all these cards. Like, how does Carbink interact with this? Soul Rock, Solar Power. If you have a Lunatone in play, attacks used by this Pokemon cost 1 fighting less. Is that fighting ramp, you guys? So 40 for 1. That's pretty solid. We have Anorith, slashes for 50. Next up, we got Armaldo, 140, only 1 fighting energy. Step aside. Rampardos, Reaping Claw. If your opponent's active Pokemon has 100 HP or less remaining, it is knocked out. I can't help but imagine you play Palossand EX on bench, Armaldo on your bench, and just start going crazy. You know what I'm saying? But like Carbink can easily be knocked out, so I don't think it's that crazy. Roggenrola, Smackdown for 20. Plus, fighting colorless energy. If your opponent's active Pokemon is a grass type, this attack does 30 more damage. That's solid. Boldor, 100 HP. Smackdown if your opponent's active Pokemon's grass type. This attack does 60 more damage. A nice way to combat your own weakness. And then Boulder Bash for 70. Retreats for 4. So Heavy Helmet, I think, would be really, really, really good with this. And then we have Gigalith right here. Smackdown up to 80. Compressor Beam for 150. Holy crap. Why does it have 5 retreat cost? I don't think you ever play this without Lyra. That's crazy, bro. I love it. That's pretty solid. We got Dwebble, Crush for 20, and then we have Crustle with Mysterious Rock in, Prevent Alt. Oh, Oricorio. Oricorio, move aside. There's a new sheriff in town, and he's got a boulder. I like this. I like this a lot. Crushing Blow for 70, retreats for 3. That's pretty solid too. It has more HP than Ori too. Starfall, Invocation. Once during your turn. Actually, let's go back here. Before I even read that, I think this would be too strong. I think this is actually super busted. This is insane. This is insane. What non-EX Pokemon is going to be able to knock this guy out? You hit for 70. 2 turns, you're hitting for 140. Give this guy a heavy helmet. Have double PCLs. Have double potions. Your opponent's not going to be able to knock you out. Stop it. Why'd you guys easily say Hydreigon? It was so fast. It was so fast. I was like, wow, this is like the best thing ever. And then easily you guys were like, Hydreigon exists. Never mind. Moving on to the little rock that could. Starfall Invocation. Once during your turn, you may take a fighting energy from your energy zone and attach it to one of your other Pokemon. If you use this ability, this Pokemon is knocked out. Oh, we got Fighting Ramp, but it gives your opponent a point. What the heck? What the heck? That's crazy. I like it a lot. Cosmo Beam for 30, not too bad. And now we're in darkness territory. This punches for 10. It says 70 HP, nothing crazy. 2 retreat cost. Alolan Muck, 3 retreat cost, 120. I love the art on this. Chemical Sludge, 40 plus. This attack does 40 more damage for each special condition on your opponent's active Pokemon. Ooh, I think this kind of combos with the Alolan Muck EX. I want to play that today. Maybe we can make that work today, huh? What do you guys think? Maybe? Opium? A little bit. Sableye, Gem Eater, 40 plus. If your opponent's active Pokemon is a Tera Pokemon, this attack does 60 more damage for only 2. That's not bad. Trubbish, Trash Heap, 30. Discard the top card of your deck. Why would I want to do that? And then we have Garbodor. Neutralizing Stench. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, Pokemon tools in play, yours and your opponent's, have no effect. I know it's not an EX, but that's amazing. And then we got Trashalanche, 70. Discard the top card of both the players' decks. I like that. That's pretty good. We got Dino, Bites for 40. I don't know how this Hydreigon's going to be any better than the current Hydreigon, but we'll see. Zweilious, Crushing Blow for 60. Oh, this art is so nice, dude. I love it. And I love how it's around crystals. It's following the theme of Terra. Retreats for 3, which makes me feel like Hydreigon is also going to retreat for 3. So maybe you run this with Heavy Helmet. And then we have Hydreigon. Brutal Fang, 130. If the defending Pokemon is knocked out by damage from this attack. Okay, I was wondering. I was like, how the heck is this going to be remotely better than the current one that ramps itself? That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. All you have to do is knock out 1 EX Pokemon and you win the game. Knock out a Mega Pokemon, you already win the game. Knock out 2 non-EXs, you win the game. Yeah, no, this is great. This is really good. I don't think it's as good as Self-Ramp because this meta, this game rewards you for being fast. But let's say you're able to get this far into the game, this would be really good. Like if you're able to ramp and get to like, turn 6, 7, this just wins you the game. You just perfectly time Cyrus on a EX Pokemon and you win the game. That's it. It's so good. Heck, you could just literally run non-EX Pokemon in your deck, beef up this guy, Greninja as well, right? Maybe Oricorio, Greninja, Hydreigon, and then when you're ready, boop, come in Cyrus, win the game. This one draws a card for you, collects. Who does that? Meowth did that, right? I just don't know if it's a strong enough effect. I guess drawing your cards early for a 60 HP Pokemon's pretty good. This evolves into Thievul, 100 HP. It thieves 20. Discard a random card from your opponent's hand. For 1 energy as a non-EX, that's pretty good. Random is pretty solid too. Next up, we have Alolan Diglett. Okay, Metal Energy. Ambush 10 plus, flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 30 more damage. That's cool. Alolan Dugtrio. Dig. How many EXs have we seen? Are we going to see any more? 40 damage. Flip a coin. If heads during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage. Oh, it's literally the fighting type Dugtrio. That's kind of funny, but a little bit better. I think the HP might be more. It might be the same, actually. All right, there's 2 more EXs left. I'm excited. We got Mawile, clamps down for 30 during your opponent's next turn. Defending Pokemon can't retreat for 2 metal energy. We got Corviknight, Steel Wing, 70 during your opponent's next turn. This Pokemon takes 30 less damage. Only 2 retreat, so you can't really, put things like Heavy Helmet on to take less damage. We got Duraludon, Metal Dispenser. Attach a metal energy from your discard pile to one of your benched metal Pokemon for 3 retreat cost energy. That's pretty good. And then we got Archaludon, baby. I love this Pokemon. Disabling Beam, 80 damage, 3 metal. During your opponent's next turn, your opponent's basic Pokemon can't attack. Okay, let's shut down Suicunes. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Varoom ramps for 20, retreats for 1. Reverum poisons your opponent's active Pokemon for 3 energy, one of them being metal, 70 damage. And then we got Orthworm here. What the heck does this guy do? This Pokemon is so weird. I just genuinely don't understand Pokemon. When they created this, they were like, yeah, this is a great Pokemon design. I could be an Orthworm hater. I don't know. 100 HP, Iron Efficiency. As long as Pokemon has 4 or more metal energy attached, it gets 80 HP plus. All right, never mind. That's pretty solid. It's a pretty good one. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Dialga, anybody? Double time ramp. 180 on this guy. That's crazy. All right, now we're in dragon territory. Vengeful Claw for a fire and water energy. If one of your Pokemon was knocked out during your opponent's last turn, this attack does 70 more damage. So you could come in for 2 energy, deal 110 with Druddigon. Turtonator, a dragon type. Fire fighting and colorless. Explosive trap. During your opponent's next turn, if this Pokemon is damaged by an attack, do 120 to the attacking Pokemon. I don't know if it's great. All they have to do is swap out. Next up, we got Frigibax. Beats for 10, slashes for 30. We have water and metal. Oh, let me actually go back here. You brought up a great point. I didn't even think about that. I guess you could use this with Kiawe, right? Kiawe, and then give it 1 fighting energy. That's pretty solid, actually. I like that. I like that a lot. All right, Arctibax, Sharp Fin for 42, colorless, interesting. Into Max Caliber, Buster Tail, 160. Discard 2 random energy from this Pokemon. 160 is pretty good, but like with all these EXs and Mega Pokemon, and now Terras, I don't know, man. Use this with Carbink. All you do is discard energy. All right, now we are in colorless territory, which means items, trainer cards are next, and that's probably my most favorite to see in any of these custom sets because it kind of just ties everything together. So first up is Chansey, Healing Slap for 40. Heal 20 damage from this Pokemon for 3. Okay, but you can Heavy Helmet this guy. Blissey, 4 energy, full body impact, 140 minus. What the heck? This attack does less damage equal to the damage this Pokemon has on it. Oh, it has 200 HP. Move over, Wailord. This guy's here. Eevee, because we don't have enough. Play Nice. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon's retreat cost is 1 more. Dunsparce. Drill Through, 20 plus, flip 2 coins. If both of them are heads, this attack does 20 more damage. Not bad. And then Dunsparce EX. I'm sorry. It's actually the Dunsparce EX. 150 HP. Crystal Driller 60 plus. This attack does 40 more damage for each of your opponent's Tera Pokemon EX in play. So let's say they have 4 of them. How much damage is that? That's a lot of damage. That's 220. Also, how the heck did they have 4 of them online? That's kind of crazy, right? The Dunsparce EX is kind of niche. Next up, we got Smeargle, color coding. You may change the type of an energy attached to one of your Pokemon to one of the... Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Now Tera Pokemon, even without Carbink, are making a lot more sense. Smeargle comes in and says, hey, Cinderace, what did you need? A darkness? I got you, fam. This is pretty good. But also, this can help with so many other cards. It helps with every dragon type. It helps with literally everything. It helps with everything. Porygon Z is effectively countered by this. It's so good. I like this a lot, actually. Except, I guess it gets one shot by Porygon Z, doesn't it? All right, next up, we got Swablu for 50, 30. Gust, I hate it. It's good, but like Mega Altaria, I hate it. Altaria, Radiant Aria. 40 plus, if this Pokemon was healed during this turn, this attack does 40 more damage. Pretty solid. I guess you could potion, right? Fast Form, retreats for free, HP 70, weather adaptation. Switch this Pokemon with one random Pokemon with Cast Form in its name from your deck. Any attached cards, damage, and special conditions remain on the new Pokemon. But what about energy? I guess not, right? I guess you don't attach the energy, like it doesn't stay. And you get to essentially, you don't choose the next one, but it could work out in your favor. Not bad, right? Energy also stays. Oh, well, that's... Any attached cards damage, but like energy is not a card. Does it? Okay, gotcha. We got Fan Rotom, strong winds. Once during your turn, if you have a Rotom EX in play, you may switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench. Okay, easily the best one in the game right now, but it's very effectively like it's Celesteela, only works with Ultra Beast. This only works with as long as you have Rotom EX. So like 2 spots have to be taken. If you have Rotom EX and you have this guy, you can switch 2 other Pokemon as much as you want. So that's kind of good. I don't know. I mean, like, Greninja EX does that essentially and deals way more damage. But I like the idea. The idea is pretty neat. We got Bouffalant. This Pokemon takes minus 20 damage from your opponent's attacks, from your opponent's Pokemon. Deals 90 damage with Heavy Bash for 3 colorless energy. Retreats for 2 for 100. We got Rookidee, Continuous Pecking, 10x, flip a coin until you get tails. It's Step Eevee. It's literally Step Eevee. That's pretty solid. Imagine knocking out an EX with that guy. Corvus Squire, Clever Hit, 20 plus. If this Pokemon has a Pokemon tool attached, this attack does 30 more damage for 2 colorless. Then we got Squawkabilly, Seize the Moment, 20 damage. If you went first, this attack costs 1 less during your first turn. Oh, that's so good. I like this so much more. Throw on a Rocky Helmet, okay? Hit your opponent's Chingling with 20 and just look at them like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do, bud? I double dog dare you. Give me a free point. It's fantastic. Huge fan of that. And then our next one, Terapagos EX. Sitting at 130 HP. We got the first move, which is 3 colorless energies, Star Barrage, 70 plus. This attack does 20 more damage for each of your opponent if you're benched Tera Pokemon EX. So a little scary. I mean, if you have another Terapagos on bench, you're doing 90. That's not bad. You can go up to, what is that, 130? It's not bad at all. And then we got Royal Opal for Grass, Fire, Water. And it says 100 damage during your opponent's next turn. The defending Pokemon can't attack. Yikes. Yikes. Dude, this is kind of crazy. This is a little crazy. Imagine running Ho-Oh, only grass energy, ramp this guy, meanwhile also ramping your Celebi in the back, because why the heck not, since you're running only grass, and then Royal Opal comes in and says they can't attack, they can't attack. They could retreat, but they just can't attack. They can't attack. Oh, that's so strong. I'm a huge fan. And we are in trainer territory. We got our Root Fossil. We got a Rotom Phone. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck, then put them back in any order. Fantastic card right here. Claw Fossil. Tool Scraper. Discard a Pokemon tool from your opponent's active Pokemon. Interesting. Guzma. Guzma. It's Guzma, but as an item card. But not really. Scraper. What did I say? Scrapper, my bad. English is so hard. It's a really cool tool, it's a really cool item though. I think you would still run Guzma, but it effectively lets you use another supporter card while also using this, right? Let's say you use this and then a red. That'd be kind of really strong. Next up, we got Tera Orb. Flip a coin. If heads, put 1 random Tera Pokemon EX from your deck into your hand. It's like Pokeball. It's slightly better for Teras. Our first tool is Rescue Board. The Pokemon this card is attached to can retreat even if it's asleep. No. This is interesting. That is a very unique way to play this. That is all. You still have to use burn energy to retreat. Very situational. But already I'm like, if you're playing this with something like a Snorlax, right? Snorlax who sleeps themselves after hitting, and you're not running Comfey. All right, cool. Boom. Retreat. Into your Ho-Oh, ramp him again. You're losing a lot of energy that way, so I don't know if you actually want to do that. Wait a second. Does Lyra counter paralysis? Oh, that's so good. Never mind. I feel like Lyra's pretty cracked. All right, Heavy Baton. If the Pokemon this card is attached to has retreat costs of 3 or more and is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, you may move an energy from that Pokemon to one of your benched Pokemon. So effectively kind of like XP share. Canceling Cologne. What the heck is this? It is a 3-diamond card. As long as this card is attached to your active Pokemon, your opponent's active Pokemon can't use its ability. Whoa, I'm sorry. Hold on. Did we just cancel Oricorio? As long as this card is attached to your active Pokemon, your opponent's active Pokemon can't use its abilities. Passive effects still apply. So Oricorio still applies because it's passive. I didn't read the rest. Okay, I was about to say that'd be a little too busted. Darkrai can't use their abilities. No, I see it. Okay, cool. But like Oricorio, it's a passive ability. What else is a passive ability? Things that Lilligant, I guess, is a passive ability. That's pretty good, though. I like this card a lot. All right, our first supporter, Area Zero Expeditioner. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You may discard those cards. Honestly, it's not bad. Does it even say you shuffle it? Like, do you shuffle those cards back? It doesn't say you shuffle. I don't know if does Pokeball say you shuffle your deck? Because it does shuffle your deck. So I think this just looks at the top 3. And then you get to choose if you want to discard some of them and put the ones you want back. So you're effectively getting closer to cards that you need. Oh, that's fantastic. This reads like a very strong card. Next up is Arvin. Look at 2 random item cards from your deck. You may put one of them in your hand. Oh, that's so good. I'm always wondering, like, how can we take official standard TCG cards and make them work in Pocket? You did this perfectly. Arvin makes sense here with kind of what he does in the official standard TCG. This makes sense because you're looking at 2 random cards and then you get to choose. It helps you get to your rare candies sooner if you're lucky. This is fantastic. Next up, we got Director Carano. I actually have no idea how to pronounce this guy. I've never, he's from the Blueberry Academy. I never finished that DLC. During your opponent's next turn, your active Terapagos or Terapagos EX takes -20 damage from attacks. We got Perrin here. Put 1 random Pokemon from your deck into your hand. Dude, imagine this hits like a basic Pokemon for you. Pokeball could have done this. I mean, with Chingling, this might be a really good card, actually. Briar, take the upcoming energy from your energy zone and attach it to your active Tera Pokermon EX. Your energy zone regenerates an energy to replace it. Oh, this lets you ramp 2 energy in 1 turn. Because you know how like your energy is here for the turn and then there's a smaller energy like right there saying this is the next energy. So you take this, you give it to your active, and then this says, hey, we're taking this too, whoop, and then a new one comes in play. Like, that's pretty solid, right? That's a really good card. That's another really, really good card. It only works with your Tera Pokermon EX, and I think that's a terrific trade-off. In every Tera deck, 2 of in every Tera deck for sure. And then that Smeargle. All right, now we're looking at the full arts, guys. We got Low Kicks, Charcadet, Kingdra looks, oh, Kingdra looks nice. Joltik looks cute. Oh my God. Dinkaton, that's a cute one too. Minior, I think that's how you pronounce. Ooh, Hydreigon, almost as similar as the current Hydreigon. Orthworm, still weird. Frigibax, adorable. Is it falling into a Jolly Rancher river? What is this? Smeargle, oh my God, which one of you guys have been overworking this guy? He looks like he just got off a 9-9. He's still working. That's crazy. And ooh, Alolan Executor EX full art. Let's go. Rotom EX full art. Terapagos EX full art. Spidops EX Rainbow. Diancie Rainbow. Diancie Immersive. Terapagos Immersive. And all right, here we go. Alolan Executor. Here are some promos. We're almost done, actually. Frenzied Hammer. Flip a coin if heads. One of your opponent's Pokemon is chosen at random. This attack does 100 damage to that Pokemon. Oricorio. It's the same one that we saw earlier. Vaporeon. Water Crystal. If you have a Tera Pokemon EX in play, this attack does 40 more. We already read that. Charjabug. We already read that. Dragonite. Draco Meteor. One of your opponent is chosen. Wait, this is literally the same Dragonite from Genetic Apex, but just looks better. Awesome. Terapagos promo Hard Tackle, because a soft tackle wasn't a thing. You can't get soft tackled by this guy. It has to be a hard tackle. And then Turtonator EX. I didn't expect this guy. Steam Artillery, literally Stokesard's attack, 90 damage for 3 fire energy. Does not work with Kiowe, right? And if this Pokemon is in the active spot and is damaged by an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, the attacking Pokemon is now burned. Ooh. Heat. No pun intended. And there you guys have it. The first of potentially other sets, maybe. I don't know. Avalan, if you want to make more, let me know. These were fantastic. Let me know what you guys think. Absolutely right up there with Divine and Cupped and Ice. This, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Shout out to the community. You guys keep making fire content, and I'm so privileged and lucky that you allow me to even react to this because I love seeing this stuff. Anyway, guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think. This was a fantastic mini set. Also, what do you think custom mini set? Let me say that real quick. And what do you guys think about us getting Tera Pokemon in the future? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, hype, and subscribe. And I hope you enjoy today's matches. No, that's not. And I'll see you guys in the next one. That's a better outro.